Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to Techno Analysis on Commodities. So we'll be looking at support and resistance levels for natural gas, UNG, oil, US dollar, gold, and silver. And we'll be taking a look to see where the most likely scenario price will be heading into later this week. And if you guys know anything, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. They're always appreciated. And let's get started. So let's look at natural gas on the daily time frame on the adjusted chart, adjusted for contract, meaning there won't be any gaps for these contracts. And it'll look like your chart will look like mine. I put more weight on the adjusted one versus the unadjusted. You can look at both depending on which chart you're currently trading. All right, so we have hit the pretty much a 200-day moving average, which is this yellow looking line. And you can just go to indicator type moving average, go 200. And pretty much we can say it's a slight rejection, but it's not game over for bulls yet or anything, because pretty much initial rejection after a 40% move into resistance is pretty likely to happen, because you just don't run 40% and it hits, and then you don't just go through strong resistance like you would. But we're also a little bit overbought. Talked about this over the weekend where we were a little bit overbought on the daily. You can see the daily RSI was at 75 on Monday, and we are currently, we even went a little bit higher this morning and pretty much hit this $2.8 resistance as well, which is pretty much this structure's high. You can see that was a little bit of resistance coinciding with the 200-day moving average. If we kept on going, my final target would have been here at this maroon looking line. And you can see there's rejection here, rejection here, rejection here. I mean, we came pretty close to it. Doesn't mean we can go sideways a little bit and they head up like that. That'll be a bull flag on the daily if that does happen. But we'll see how much of this pullback ends up shaping out. If it's like a shallow pullback, we come down to like 2.5 or even 2.44 bounced, and it's still healthy. Let's measure it. So from the bottom of the move to the top of the move, let's say we come down all the way to 2.46, which is this 0.382 line. That would still be a bull flag. And then we can chop around here as long as it flags up for the next move up. Or, it will be a failed bull flag. Both of it could happen. But first we need to see what the size of this retracement is. And if bulls are strong, who knows? Tomorrow we will just come up and break that 200-day moving average. Or even if we get a shallow pullback, we start to form a base, and then that means we know the bulls are holding for potentially the next move up. But if we get something like this, where just selling over and over, then we know we're not forming that weekly higher low, because on the weekly chart, we have a ton of room now for that weekly higher low. So if it sets here, that's the weekly higher low, meaning this low is going to be higher than the prior low. And then we need to break a higher high, break the prior high for that weekly uptrend to confirm. And if that does confirm, then we have a good chance of breaking out of this downtrending resistance here as well if we can form that weekly uptrend. So we'll see if that can happen. If it does, then bulls are, looking good, potentially shipping on that longer term bottom that I talked about where we were, historical lows around this range here. So we will see about that. All right, let's take a look at the hourly chart, see hourly trend if still intact. Currently, it's still intact. Big move down, bounce. Hourly pivot. This is the hourly lower high, meaning it's lower than this high, right? But we didn't really break below this lower low. We did slightly poked a bit. I'll call it a double bottom because it barely went below. And then so far, if the bears can take it down lower, give us an hourly downtrend, then there's a chance that we may go slightly a little bit lower. But as of now, that. As I always know, I talk about hourly trends is the bare minimum to switch the trend to the opposing side. And currently, you guys can see there was no real red flags on the hourly trend on this entire way up. It's always in the uptrend. Well, higher high, higher high, higher high. We just kept on going higher high, higher low, higher high. And we'll see if a bear would actually show up here. All right, let's take a look at UNG. Just a little bit stronger, closed in the mid of the day. Similar idea. Let's see if they do. They did slightly confirmed it here, but lacking zero follow through. That doesn't mean that they won't confirm it tomorrow. So we'll see if they do confirm it overnight here. You can see a little bit of a need to break pretty much this candle's low. Wait to some need to call it a real follow through on it on the hourly downtrend. But on the daily, it's looking just like a decent indecision bar after a significant move. No red flags at this moment, but still a little bit daily overbought. We'll see if how they're gonna cool things down. The best thing for bulls to cool things down is if it just cools things sideways, or just a slight pullback and flag forming that bull flag. The most ideal for bulls. And if you guys like to support the channel, feel free to go to the Patreon link below, as well as the join YouTube button. Or you could go to the Patreon link if you guys are looking for mentorships on how to better trade your price actions, as well as better understanding your psychology in trading. And yes, keep on going on oil. So oil, after that daily downtrend I talked about, it's been pretty much hit the exact level where I said it would hit when we bounced. Now we're looking for that potential bulls to show up here. So is this going to be a shallow pullback like this, and bulls come from a daily uptrend and back to their favor, or just going to continue to make that megaphone here? You guys can see it's kind of like a megaphone pattern where it just reject, 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 support, 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 support. If bulls confirm a daily uptrend here, breaking Monday's high, then we're looking back up at 78.7, close to this level. If they don't, we're probably looking back down to here again, to that megaphone support. So to probably 73.7. US dollar. US dollar just looks like it's bear flagging. Just makes sense. After we confirmed the downtrend, that weekly pivot is likely set here already. And weekly equilibrium that we've been talking about. Big move up, big move down, big move up, tightening up. And if we continue, if this bear flag breaks bear, we're likely going down to 103, potentially to this 103 level. First will be 103.5, and then it'll be 103.1. And we'll like potentially may bounce there, or it might head a little bit lower to this 102. But we'll see how the policies will affect the US dollars for the rate cuts. All right, let's look at gold. No red flags. Still, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not really, didn't really follow through yesterday after breaking a new high. So we do have some resistance around these levels, and it's not game over for the bulls. Today is just literally a inside day. No red flags. We did poke below yesterday's low slightly, but zero follow through as well. So pretty indecision lately, but bulls are definitely in control. Let's see, this is a daily uptrend. After a decent consolidation, bulls made a new move, and they just probably need a little bit of break after a significant move. So yeah, so if we come up, retest again, and then fail, then it will start to show up a little bit of a red flag. But as of now, give bulls the benefit of the doubt. We are pretty much at all-time highs, but we don't want to be shorting blindly into all-time highs. And but if we something start to shape up where this gives a double top, try to test again, or break above slightly and lack follow through and comes all the way back down, close below here, then we may potentially shape out that head and shoulders, right? But as of now, we don't want it to predict just because we have one wick here, right? That's just one wick. Getting a couple ones here, a couple ones where they try to test that level and it ends up always closing in the lower range, then we know there's a lot of sellers and resistance here that then may potentially reverse soon. As for now, no red flags yet. Similar with silver, similar idea. You can see we pretty much pop above, and today just completely indecision day. Try to go below, nobody's selling. Try to go above, nobody's buying, and then we close in the middle. An idea of silver. So as long as we don't see any red flags, very solid chance that we may head higher. But at this moment, we will see. It's a little bit overbought as well, but overbought can stay overbought, especially for commodities. Same thing with oversold, can always stay oversold for commodities. Just want to blindly be using those indicators for nail the top for short or anything like that. Yeah, this could just consolidate another day here. Next thing you know, it's a bull flag. You may, just head down a little bit like that. And then boom. Next thing you know, we head up higher, right? So the bull flag, and then we bounce and it failed, then we know this could potentially mark that downtrend as well. So now bulls are definitely in control on all time frames. All right, that's all for you guys. Feel free to like, share, and subscribe, and comment below if you guys have any questions. I will see you guys likely, if not Saturday, Thursday. I will see you guys for sure on the weekend. Have a great rest of you guys' day.